That's when Gu Jinyan noticed, after 3 days strung up on the city wall in the blazing sun, I was a completely different person. What he liked, I stopped caring. Him showering his favorite consort with affection? I stopped losing sleep over it. All that suspicion hanging between us? I stopped trying to explain myself. I'd spend my days quietly in Fengyi Palace, reading, tending to flowers, or just sitting by the window, zoning out for half the day. Seeing me like that, lifeless, completely hollowed out, Gu Jinyan finally realized he'd broken me. Totally. So when he returned from his undercover trip outside the palace, he hauled in several huge chests packed with rare, exotic finds, and walked straight into Fengyi Palace. The attendants opened the chests one by one, revealing a dazzling spread of treasures. Delicate Jiangnan embroidery, exotic gemstone jewelry, mechanical birds that could actually sing. Every single piece was exactly the kind of thing that used to make my eyes light up. But this time I didn't even look up. Two people who used to tell each other everything. Now we just sat in silence. After a long, awkward pause, Gu Jinyan finally broke the silence, his voice low and heavy. These are things I picked up along the way. I was thinking... I turned around and cut him off. Your Majesty, did you buy all this so I could bring it to Sister Ruyan and teach her how to enjoy them? Understood. I'll send someone to deliver everything tomorrow and walk her through how each one works. Gu Jinyan's expression froze. What do you mean, give them to Ruyan? Can't you see these are for... He stopped himself mid-sentence like something had just stabbed him, and his eyes went cold. What did you just call me? Your Majesty? Why did you stop calling me Ayan? Back when it was just the two of us, I'd look at him with soft, smiling eyes and call him Ayan in the gentlest voice. It was our thing. Just ours. I gave a small, composed bow, respectful but distant. I was out of line before, Your Majesty. Now that you sit on the throne and I serve as Empress, I should know my place and stop overstepping like I used to. My voice was calm, steady, every word pushing him further away, driving him toward another woman. Gu Jinyan had been holding it in for a long time, and my cold, unbothered act finally set him off. I've been gone all this time, and you're already this eager to push me towards someone else? You don't miss me at all? I kept my eyes down. I wouldn't dare. Your Majesty once said that Sister Ruyan is pure-hearted, gentle, and soft-natured, a far better match for you. As Empress, I should be gracious and supportive, ease your burdens, keep you happy. I'm simply doing what Your Majesty would want. Oh, right, doing what I would want, got it. Gu Jinyan let out a bitter laugh, nodding repeatedly, eyes cold as stone. Since the Empress is so gracious and virtuous, then I'll give you exactly what you asked for. With that, he spun around and stormed out of Fengyi Palace. Qiutang, the head palace maid who'd been standing quietly off to the side, couldn't hold back. She rushed forward, eyes full of heartache and frustration. My lady, why do this to yourself? Lady Lu Ruyan is already riding high, nearly on your level. His Majesty barely comes around. Why not just... I cut her off, voice quiet but unmistakably firm. Qiutang, I'm leaving. He can do whatever he wants. Qiutang's eyes went wide. My lady, what are you saying? You're the Empress, the mistress of this entire palace. You're meant to spend your whole life within these walls. Where would you even go? I didn't answer. I just walked over to the incense burner and dropped in a small piece of calming incense. Where would I go? Back to where I came from. That thought settled something deep inside me. A strange, quiet calm. The rising smoke carried my mind away, drifting back to 7 years ago. Back then, I wasn't the Empress. I wasn't even from this world. I came from 1,000 years in the future. A system had dropped me into this unfamiliar ancient dynasty with one mission: help the most overlooked 7th prince, Gu Jinyan, claim the throne. I got close to him as a strategist, walked with him through the bloodiest, darkest stretch of the succession war, plotting for him, rallying people to his side, even taking hits that were meant for him. We once hid in a crumbling temple, splitting a cold, stale bun between us. We once held each other for warmth out in the freezing snow. We stood side by side on a battlefield soaked in blood, staring up at the imperial seal that was finally ours. Somewhere along the way, that cold, calculating young prince started falling for me. For real. The way he looked at me changed, from sharp, calculating scrutiny to something warm, intense, burning. On Coronation Day, ministers knelt as cries of "Long live the Emperor" filled the air. He held my hand tight, ignored the uproar in court, ignored the Ministry of Rights officials threatening to literally die in protest, and named me Empress against all opposition. He even made a vow in front of the entire world to love only one person for the rest of his life. Yuning, I can't live without you! What is a kingdom of 10,000 miles without you by my side? To me, it's nothing but an empty wasteland. And just like that, I fell completely, hopelessly in love with him. So when the system flagged the mission complete and told me I could leave whenever I wanted, I looked at the man on that throne, smiling that rare, gentle smile just for me. And for the first time ever, I defied the system. I chose to stay. I thought that was how it ended. Then the disgraced Crown Prince Gu Che, who'd lost the succession war, suddenly showed back up with a squad of assassins and stormed the palace. The rebellion was crushed fast. Gu Che was badly wounded, backed into a corner against the palace wall. Nothing but a sheer drop behind him, and layers of imperial guards and archers closing in from the front. With nowhere left to run, Gu Che suddenly looked up, a twisted, unhinged grin spreading across his face, and stared right at me, shielded behind Gu Jinyan. Yuning, do it. Then he threw himself off the wall and plunged into the abyss below. Do it. 2 words, like a poison-tipped blade, driven straight into Gu Jinyan's heart. In an instant, every single archer spun around, cold steel and arrowheads all pointed directly at me. I felt like I'd been struck by lightning. I couldn't move. I watched Gu Jinyan whip around to face me. Shock, fury, and a cold, guarded suspicion I had never seen in his eyes before. Ayan, I tried to speak, but my voice was shaking. Gu Jinyan stared me down for a long moment, then slowly raised his hand. The archers hesitated, then lowered their weapons. I trust you, he said it, voice dry and hollow. But after that, everything changed. He started pulling away, slowly, quietly. No more sharing a bed. No more including me in court affairs. He wouldn't even let himself touch me anymore. I knew emperors were suspicious by nature. But I never thought the bond we'd built through life and death, through everything we'd survived together, could break this easily. All it took was one poisonous parting shot from a dying man. Not long after, Gu Jinyan came back from his southern tour with someone new, a soft, beautiful woman named Liu Ruyan. He said he wanted to make her a consort. I was devastated. I threw his own vows back at him. Gu Jinyan sat on his throne looking down at me with an unreadable expression. Yuning, I once believed you'd be the only one I'd ever love. Then I met Ruyan. She's different. Pure, gentle, fragile, not a scheming bone in her body. And most importantly,